we finally got some more casual geographic, which means more knowledge. And lately, you know, I've been feeling a little dummy.
I feel a little dummy too, I ain't gonna lie. You know
Yeah, so I need some knowledge.
I think I need my brain cells back, and I've been losing something these past couple of days.
You've been playing a lot of Hogwarts Legacy.
Yes.
So, you know, you always in front of the monitor that's eating your brain.
Yeah,
according to every Caribbean parent out there. The more you play,
the more dummy you get.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. But anyways, today we got how an island created the world's ugliest monkey.
How an island created an ugly monkey, though?
Through whatever the island had. I don't know, man.
Like, don't the monkey create the monkey?
But it was probably like what was within the island.
Oh, true.
Like maybe the type of food or the type of like chemicals, birthing that had, you know, birthing defects or something.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's what we hear.
Yeah, you're right.
Come on, dog.
You right.
Casual Geographic. Link to the original video down below. Go check it out. With that being said,
3, 2, 1, go.
Damn. Lemur.
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Sugar glider, I think.
I don't know. That's a
What the f is that?
thought that was a wombat or something. I don't know.
And why is that bag on your head?
Why? Because you're ugly. No reason. Except you gave me the ugly.
You know, when they say survival of the fittest, it's more like survival of if it works, it works. Because they didn't mean fit as in abs, arms, and cells.
Survival of whatever.
No, they mean fit as in like how good are you at staying alive long enough to make more of yourself. For example, you won't see a turtle with a Gymshark sponsorship. Yet a mobile boulder has been running the same playbook for a good
What is that?
And it's on.
Wait, there's no way it's that huge. It's probably like the angle and how far, like.
Oh, I see what you're trying to say. The depth of field.
Yeah.
So the people look smaller because they're farther away.
Yes, and he's close to the turtle, so it's like it make the turtle look huge.
I see.
I don't know.
But they do tortoises.
Yeah.
I think that's the word.
Yeah.
I'm a little dummy. I think those are the ones that do grow like very large and big. But that looks crazy, bro.
Like a dinosaur.
Yeah.
In years. And it's on islands where evolution really goes off one. You see, the thing is, because islands have more of a cap on how many people can be alive at once, islands have more specialist species than generalists. It's kind of like the job market. The more competitive it gets, the more DMs you get from people pushing Forex or overpriced underquality knives. So it makes sense for the oldest island in the world to have the most creatively questionable creatures on its roster. India divorced itself from the continent of Africa an estimated 150 million years ago, and then proceeded to lose custody of its love child about 60 million years after that, and Madagascar has been on its own ever since, meaning its residents have had nearly 90 million laps around the sun of character development to figure life out, which is how we ended up with the ugliest monkey in the world. Matter of fact, the first time scientists saw it, they legitimately thought it was a squirrel nature tried redrawing strictly from memory.
Oh my
It
God,
wasn't until about 100 years later that
Look.
scientists realized that the eye is actually a primate, meaning this dehydrated gremlin is closer to you than to any squirrel. Although it's not a monkey, like I said, it's actually a lemur. Although I don't blame them for taking one look at it and being confused. The eye is built like an identity crisis. It has the body of a monkey, the ears of a bat, the bushy tail of a fox, the dental plan of a rodent, and hands that would have gotten it burnt at a stake in Salem. Even its name is more complicated.
And then even the fingers. Oh my God, bro. I'm getting a little
mad skinny. Some of them are thick as hell. That's disgusting.
Yeah, every body part is different. Like genetically, like it's from like a different animal.
Say that the eye's government came from the Malagasy phrase, I don't know. As in, they were so disgusted by a
What is it?
that they didn't even want to utter its name. Imagine being so aesthetically upsetting that the people naming you decide you're not even worth an identity. Like the name on your wiki is pretty much, I don't know, the ugly stepchild of Madagascar. Only really makes sense once you see what it does for a living. Form is function, and the eye looks like animal casserole because they're specialists on steroids. Their favorite foods are the grubs that Lion King did a really good job of making actually look good. They use those huge bat ears to listen as they drum on pieces of wood. And once they hear a hollow spot, they use that beaver type overbite to drill through the wood. All while using that tail for balance, as they do this in complete darkness. Which they have to since the eye is the world's largest nocturnal primate. Which is a title that really is next enough since it's still small enough to have to only be active when the sun goes down, and so do their chances of being put out of commission by birds of prey or the biggest op to lemur life. But being the largest means they're not the only nocturnal primates out there, and arguably, not even the ugliest, because the tarsier legitimately looks like it's having an internal mental health crisis. But like with the I don't know, form means function. And this perked out primate having the biggest eyes
They look like frog feet.
Yeah, you do. I was about to say that,
Some suctions on them shits.
Oh my God, the eyes look crazy though.
Yeah, but they don't look as bad as the other ones.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I agree.
Size of any animal means they can take in as much light as possible. This means this pocket-sized primate can hunt in total darkness while also avoiding being snatched up and turned into calories themselves. Even though
Bro, the
they're
eyes look like
fundamentally
gems,
disturbed by
like
their own existence. Maybe that's why they pull their own plugs in captivity. Eyes don't have to factory reset themselves because there's plenty of people that'll do it for free. That's because I didn't mention the weirdest thing about them. Eyes have 6 fingers and one of them's 3 times longer than all the others.
Damn.
And it also happens to be their middle finger. So when this gremlin goes for groceries, it taps on trees like a Jehovah's Witness going door to door. And it's after using those never not growing teeth to invite themselves in that they use that demonic digit to scoop the price. And if you've ever held an eye's middle finger, you've both lived my dream and probably thought it was broken. When in fact, that finger has a ball and socket joint that essentially gives it 360 movement. Basically, the way you can move your wrist and your hand is the way this rehab chipmunk moves its finger. That finger is great for
That one
grabbing
finger
ground
can do that?
I guess so.
Can go like this.
Oh God.
Yo, it's crazy,
That's
bro.
nasty. I ain't gonna lie. Damn, look at it. You can see it.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it got function to it. You feel me?
Yeah.
What the fingers do? There you go.
I don't think they want that.
No, wait. Okay.
Pastime of theirs. That pastime being mucophagy, meaning eyes might not choose their nose, but they sure as hell pick them. And that finger's long enough to pass through the nostrils and reach all the way down its throat. And this gag this video gave me that I'm gonna have to edit out. It's not painful.
Ew, he's eating his booger.
We don't really know exactly why they do this. Some scientific evidence suggests that eating it helps boost our immune system, but honestly, my search history is cursed enough. I'm really not trying to go down that rabbit hole. But you see, this is the kind of stuff only millions of years of character development in an isolated area can lead to.
Jeez.
I mean, that's exactly how we got the ugliest frog in the world. And I know beauty's subjective, but I defy you to try and defend that. This frog has a name that sounds like I'm trying to test guidelines, and it's found only one place in the world. In the South American Lake Titicaca, which it's named after.
Like
and it's because of where it lives. This frog looks like if Kermit ever snapped and went full Buffalo Bill. This lake, I'm not going to say it again, is the world's highest elevated lake at 12,500 feet, where there can be only a third of the oxygen you'd expect at sea level. So because frogs can breathe through their skin, the frog's extra post-liposuction looking skin means extra surface area to absorb oxygen, which is what makes it the ultimate specialist, since the skin that lets it live up here would almost certainly get it packed up and put on a shirt anywhere else. Which is also why if you Google scrotum frog, 2 things will happen. You'll get this struggle toad's mugshot, and you'll end up on the same watch list as me. Unfortunately, despite looking like a grown man's hairless undercarriage, the frog with the name often gets deprived from life by people using it for food and medicine. Eyes also have to worry about getting turned into past tense by people, but for almost the opposite reason. You see, I was kidding with the whole gremlin thing. I actually think they're kind of cute. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and according to locals, eyes don't behold nothing. Despite being a lemur that literally identifies as a woodpecker, locals were so terrified of it that they would murk it on sight. Their biggest flex becomes a curse. Because according to folktales, not only was this primate a harbinger of evil, if it ever pointed that freakish middle finger at you, you might as well lease a casket since it meant you'd be a was sooner than later. One myth even said that if you didn't go out of your way to sign its obituary first, the eye would break into your house and relieve you from life by stabbing you through the heart in your sleep. Obviously, it's not even close to being true, but imagine being such an assault on the eyes that people decide that oxygen is wasted on you. It's the opposite of pretty privilege. It's like a disheveled disadvantage. And this homely handicap is a big reason why the eye is endangered. But another big reason is due to habitat loss. Because despite being in the same weight class as like a laptop, eyes are solitary and require all the space that comes with it. And while males can tolerate territory overlap, females ain't having none of that. Especially since eyes, like most lemurs, are female dominated. That includes ringtails, by the way. So King Julian, you know what? I'm gonna leave it at that. And because we're really not that much different, males will run the most outrageous of fates for females, even resorting to levels of erection deflection by pulling males off females while they're actively mating. Which is probably why male eyes will often lock into their females in the process, and they can stay stuck that way for up to an hour. This ensures that the male swimmers make it to the pool party, no matter how much the competition tries to run interference. Because ultimately, like I said, eyes aren't that much different from us. They have 2 eyes, a mouth, a desire to breed, and a pair of nipples just like we all do. Except you might not notice them because eye nipples aren't in the neighborhood crazy since eye nipples are closer to the groin than they are to the chest. Because that honestly makes no less sense than anything else about a booger-eating, Swiss Army finger-wielding pro-simian with a child lock for its junk. Well, not an actual child lock. That'd be weird. But as far as weird goes, it might not even be the ugliest primate on the planet. I say that because the Ugly Animal Preservation Society, yes, that's a real thing, had a vote on the most aesthetically displeasing animal out there, and the eye didn't even make the top 5.
Damn!
Yeah, this guy right here. The
That's Squidward! That ain't a dick as a nose.
Yo, what?
Bro, that's literally Squidward.
What is this? I've never seen this before.
I'm pretty sure that's a monkey.
I mean, yeah, I know, but like, where?
I don't know. Shit like Squidward to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
it, it works. Because scientists believe that a nose big enough for its own license plate and parking space is actually used to help catch a female's attention. As in, one female decided she liked the way big noses hang, and now this monkey's entire personality is a facial flesh.
Why am I just seeing
probably gonna have to censor. That might be the weirdest thing about them, but it's not the only. Because schnoz monkey also uses raging erections as a sign of aggression and a threat.
What?
And if you don't believe me, pause this video and Google it. Oh wait.
No, I don't want to.
good.
Yeah. Wait, what did it say
aggression
here?
and a threat. And if you don't believe me, pause this.
Just be prepared to see a red lipstick tube in a black dispenser, if you know what I mean.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, you probably won't see them in zoos, and the internet says it's because their specialized diet is too difficult to replicate. But I really think it's because no zoo wants to end up with a lawsuit because a proboscis monkey felt insecure and decided to mentally scar a child. Probably won't see one of these either, for different reasons.
What the?
Snub-nosed monkey is like the shadow clone of the proboscis. Instead of a massive flex on its face, it instead looks like it could unlock Voldemort's phone. These monkeys, especially the golden snub-nose, have to live in the cold mountainous forests of Asia, and it's believed that the snub-nose helps prevent it from
Like
getting
a panda
frostbite.
monkey.
And yeah, in typical evolution
Yeah.
fashion, the monkeys with a no-nose got to live long enough to pass it down, and the ones that didn't, well, you don't see them around for a reason. And like I said, in some cases, we're really no better than them, since black snub-nosed monkeys will actually use natural lipstick as a way to get attention. Except
What?
with them, it's actually the guys whose lips get the Kylie Jenner treatment, and the males with the biggest and brightest lips get the best pick of partners.
Wow.
Lips are one thing, but one monkey managed to take it even further.
Bro,
For so
wait,
long, we didn't
yo.
know why the Wakari cosplays as Red Skull with a receding hairline. Turns out, just like with the snub-nose's lips and this monkey's proboscis, it's what beauty standards in nature look like.
Jesus.
Scientists now believe that the bright red color correlates to health and reproductive fitness. We know this because when a Wakari gets sick with like a malaria parasite or something, its face will get so pale it'll almost be white. So the
Damn.
redder in the face this crimson chimp is, the healthier he looks and the more females he gets to poke. But the thing with specialist species is they usually only live in one place and they're usually also endangered. The eye is no exception. In fact, at one point we thought they straight up got discontinued back in the 1930s until we accidentally rediscovered them over 20 years later. And today there's believed to be anywhere from 1,000 to 10,000 of them in stock.
Damn,
Which isn't great,
that's
but they're
that's
still
so
doing better than the ugliest animal in the world. So you remember how I said Nosebee over here was voted in the top 5?
past
You want to know who was
Pokemon.
number 1? It was actually the blobfish.
Oh, yeah.
The fish that looks like a deflated whale fetus auditioned as a pinata. I don't think there's an animal we did dirtier than the blobfish. The streets probably didn't tell you, but this is what they're supposed to look like. It's
So
just
what
that
happened?
it just happens to be in the bottom of the ocean. So to survive pressure that would turn any one of us into a chalk outline, the blobfish has few muscles, even fewer bones, and no swim bladder. They're basically just a pile of waterproof gelatin with eyes. And you remember the whole form is function thing? Well, if the blobfish looked more like a regular fish, it would instantly flatline and have its insides forced out of its mouth. The problem is, when blobfish get caught in trawling nets and get pulled up, the same body that spent millions of years evolving to live in the crotch of the ocean basically falls apart in itself on land. So, yeah, we basically memed the soul the fishing corpse and called it ugly. And in their defense, if the most attractive person you know got airdropped into the blobfish's neighborhood, no amount of personality would save their face from what the water pressure would do to it. We don't know
my
how
God,
many
yeah.
blobfish are left in the world, but consensus says it's something like 400. So yeah, the blobfish definitely got screwed with the whole ugliest animal title. That dishonor definitely should have gone to this thing. It's a Damascus goat, and like the blobfish, evolution didn't hoe this animal. We did. Thanks to selective breeding, we created a goat that looks almost cute as a baby, but then grows up into the steed of Satan. So basically, we call the goat. But these goats are incredibly valued for their milk and meat, and getting a purebred one will set you back a good $5,000 or more. Now, on that, but this one was named the most beautiful goat in the world in 2008. So I guess the moral here is, no matter how rough you are, even if you look like you took a steel trip, and even if you look like something God made on a deadline. But that's gonna do it for this video. Make sure to check out my TikTok and Instagram for more consistent content while you're waiting for the next video. And if you'd like to support this incredibly questionable
Bro, this
content
was so
beyond just
interesting,
subscribing,
bro.
make sure
See,
to
this is
also
why I
check the
like.
description.
Cause it's knowledgeable and it's interesting.
And you gonna see shit that you probably never seen before.
Like all these animals.
Like it wasn't just an ugly ass monkey.
Yeah.
That aside, make sure you drink water, hug your mother,
Drunk
be glad
babe.
your lady poker.
I already drank my water.
And I'll see y'all in the next one.
In the next one. Okay. Oh wait, hold on. There's a little thing back here. Thanks for watching.
Is that the little ugly shit?
You're watching 40 the I get weighted. Weighed. He said, hurry up.
That's how it sound like?
How much? 1 point?
Damn,
0
can't even
point
see.
what?
Ugly ass boy.
Ugly baby.
Bruh.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Anyways, that was a good video.
That was a good video. Very enjoyable,
Yes.
you feel me? Nice and
Knowledgeable.
interesting.
Yes. If you like it. Because you can't like it and not like it all. You get people coming out saying, man, what do?
Fuck all off.
Oh yeah,
I
you
got
did
you,
for
bro.
me. Yes, sir.
Damn, that was my first time ever, bro. I stepped up to the plate this time.
Sure.
You talking about?
Yeah.
Like the video.
goddamn-
Like the video. And
the
if,
hell?
hey, listen, you want one of these?
Yeah, Nature's Valley bar.
Open your mouth right now. Open it up. Hurry up. I'm gonna open this for you.
Oh damn, bro.
Oh snap! Did I mess up the lens?
You
Oh
fucked
nah,
that shit up.
Nah, you're here.
Oh,
Hey
alright.
man, I gotta go. Brrr.